Thank you for tuning into the Northern Miner, recording at the AME's Roundup event in Vancouver. Silvercorp has been a China-focused producer for many years and recently acquired a new development project in Ecuador. Here to tell us more about the story is President Alon Schaefer. Thank you very much for joining me.
Thanks, great to be here.
Right. Let's start by setting up this story. For the viewers who are not familiar with Silvercorp, please just tell us a little bit about Silvercorp and where its main assets are located.
Sure, Silvercorp's a Canadian company based here in Vancouver, and we have a long history, a great track record of producing silver, lead, and zinc from mines that we've been operating in China. We're coming up on 19 years of production. Just based on the asset quality, we've got a low cost of production, which has allowed us to be profitable through good years and bad years, and allowed us to build up a good cash balance, which has been the focus for going to grow the company and look at other assets.
Right. So it seems to me like the company has some good momentum happening. You recently put out several press releases to that effect. Please tell us more. Where is the story at right now?
Sure. Well, in January has been a busy year already, and we put out 3 news releases, sort of working backwards with the most recent. It speaks to our production numbers for our quarter end in December. And so we had very good numbers. We've released the revenue number, which was up over 40% compared to the quarter last year, with strong silver production of increase of 16% compared to last year's quarter. And so we're really demonstrating, and this is largely on the back of the Ying mine, which is our bigger producer, that we continue to be a solid and steady and profitable operator.
Okay. And then let's talk about the new acquisition. You recently acquired the Domo copper gold project.
Yes.
It's slated to be the next modern mine in Ecuador. Tell us more. What's the project status?
Well, the schedule for Domo is to bring it into production in the second half of 2026. And to hit that timeline, we've been moving very quickly since we closed the acquisition at the end of July of last year. And so we've been running a number of studies and looking into the different elements to really turn what was a good feasibility study into a good development plan. And the news that we put out in January was related to the signing of one of 3 major bid contracts for construction of the mine. And we've signed up with a group that has experience in Ecuador in terms of building mines and other infrastructure projects. And while we haven't given away any of the sort of numerical or the financial details just yet, we're very comfortable with the numbers related to this element of the capital cost. And so next up will be more news as we look to finalize and firm up the bid package number 2 and 3, which are related to more infrastructure as well as construction of the process plant.
Okay, and I'm just thinking here, do you have any available figures for Domo? Like, what's the most recent technical study done on that? What's the NPV, IRR like, and the CapEx figure?
Yeah, well, the CapEx, and that's I'm glad you brought that up. The CapEx figure done in the feasibility study that was published in 2021 was $248 million. And I think the most notable thing that we found is looking at the elements of building the project, and especially tied into this contract that we signed. We're starting to feel that we can actually build this mine for less than the capital cost that was estimated before. And so that is very material from a return to our shareholders, also a return for the government, as they will participate in taxes earlier from this project. So with that reduction in capital cost, combined with the cash on hand, and also we have a financing package with Wheaton that will contribute $175 million towards that capital cost. So we're feeling very comfortable with the ability to build the mine, bring it on under budget and on time.
Yeah, having Wheaton on board is a strong endorsement.
Yeah, they did quite a bit of work looking at the project in terms of the technical parameters. And I think what really attracted them to it was looking at it, it's polymetallic, so it's going to produce copper, gold, silver, lead, and zinc. But looking at it as a copper producing asset, it's a very low cost copper asset. And so from their standpoint, they want to be getting streams on assets that they know will get into production and stay in production. And that's what Domo should be.
All right. You also acquired another project in Ecuador called the Condor Gold Project. Please tell us a little bit more about what's happening there.
So Condor is in a different area of Ecuador. It's down in the south. It's actually not far from Mirador, a big copper mine, as well as from Lundin's Gold, Fruta del Norte. It's a gold-only project. The previous operators have spent over $80 million in terms of work on the project, so we're getting a lot of data to work with. But our main view is looking at the project. We think it was scoped out and thought of incorrectly previously, and that in fact, rather than a large capital, large tonnage, open pit running at very low grades, we think there's an opportunity for a high-grade, smaller project underground. Mm-hmm. So the work that we've done so far since closing the acquisition has been confirmatory. What we're looking to do is do a bit more exploration and work on permitting a ramp that we can ramp down underground to do more detailed exploration, and then hope to transition that into a high-grade underground gold mine.
Mm-hmm. Exciting stuff. So what does the company's treasury look like at the moment? Are you fully cashed up for your activities this year?
Yeah, we were fully funded based on our cash on hand. We had $200 million roughly in cash and equivalents as of September. And then as we mentioned, the funding that would be available for El Domo. But in November, we also did a $150 million convertible debenture. And so what that's done is added significantly to our war chest. And the focus for these funds is to continue growth. So really, we're targeting looking at new opportunities, either existing production assets or potentially other development assets that we can acquire and build with that same aggressive time frame that we're looking to do at El Domo.
All right, and finally, walk us through the value catalysts as you see them unfold this year.
Well, I think what will be very notable for El Domo is additional information on those other contracted amounts to move ahead with construction. And we're hoping to break ground in sort of late Q1, early Q2. So that'll be really the key catalyst to demonstrate, that the project is moving ahead and to give more details on the timeline. Condor, some updates on exploration and our plans there will be a good catalyst. And then I think the other one is not just the steady state profitable operation at Ying, but we've recently completed a few investments to modify, change, enhance Ying going forward, and we're looking to transition to more mechanized mining. So we think we'll be getting the production rate up, and we should see improved economics even from what's already a very profitable asset.
All right, thank you very much. There you have it, Silvercorp Metals President Lon Schaefer.